It is giveaway time at futtrading.co.uk. Dan and I want to say thank you to you guys for an insane start to 2021. So a lucky site subscriber is going to win the rest of FIFA 21 completely and utterly free. If you debated trying us up till now, now's your chance to get involved. If you're already using us, we want to say thank you to you guys. So yeah, enjoy it. Hopefully one of you guys will enjoy trading on FIFA 21 for free for the rest of the game. Just so you know, £10 a month gets you access to buying prices for icons, specials and silvers, as well as Thursday flips. And £15 per month gets you access to the live filters area and the gold chem style area, with 2 new additions in the pipeline for you guys too. Way better value than any FIFA points you will ever open. Way better value than most trading services. So what are you waiting for? Get involved. Check out futtrading.co.uk. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss an upload. Get 3 uploads down this channel. The morning League SBC Method to Glory. I have restarted that grind from scratch. We'll see the start of that tomorrow. So make sure you check it out. The evening, we're trading on this account, which is basically trading from scratch. We're at 2.4 million. This account will be given away to one of you guys once I am done with it. You can have it. You've got to be subscribed to enter those, so make sure you do get involved. I'm hoping to have 3 million coins on it by Saturday. That's the plan. So yeah, one of you guys will get that. And then the midnight content, this content you're watching now, is a mixture of pack content, trading tips or thoughts on the game. And it's a mixture today of trading tips and thoughts on the game. We'll go into that in detail in a second. But like I said, make sure you subscribe. 9:30 AM streams on YouTube, 5:30 PM streams on Twitch. Make sure you check out futtrading.co.uk. There will be a massive giveaway on there this month. So just all the good stuff at the moment. And like, just, yeah, mind-blowingly good at the moment, because we hit 20,000 subscribers today on YouTube as well. So from the bottom of my heart, again, thank you very much for that. We keep grinding it out. We gained 6,000 subscribers last month alone. We just keep going. We just keep going. But this video is firstly about a couple of things you want to be looking out for this week in terms of making coins on the game, and then talking in general about Team of the Year. So we'll talk just a general thing about Team of the Year first, then we'll get into trading tips. For me, Team of the Year was largely a massive disappointment in terms of the promo itself. Now, I say that as someone who packed Team of the Year Kimmich, Team of the Year Neuer, Team of the Year Lewandowski, and Team of the Year honourable mention Robertson. I packed a lot. And so I should really have thought, what a great promo, but I was looking at it from a community perspective, and it was, for me, just quite a big letdown. The positives, the upgrade packs were quite good fun to do, Boateng and Dybala. Outside of that, it was basically made up as they go along, and the blame lies with Fit Economist. Fact, his team just got it completely wrong. The Sabitzer card that I am going to do, because I'm running a Bundesliga team, way overpriced. That Ronaldo card, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, a great concept, superb concept, terrible execution. It went out of a whimper last night, all upgrade packs out of packs now. It was just blah, it was very meh, and again, it was one of those promos that fizzled out on the last day. Why was there not a big SBC or something massive? Or a last minute like 80 plus player pick, something like that, to make everyone go bang, like let's end this promo on a hype and whatnot. There was nothing, and it was a bit meh. And then this whole honourable mentions thing, why were Thiago and Son not given cards for honourable mentions? I don't get it. They were both in the 12th man vote, so why were they not given an honourable mentions card? It doesn't make any sense, and it feels to me like the content team at EA just put it together how they wanted. They just throw bits about, and they don't actually think about what they're doing, or even more importantly, what the community wants. So for me, Team of the Year was a bit of a dud. I didn't rate it at all. And I'd like to think that, I always say this, at some point they're going to start listening and seeing what people want, but we don't seem to be getting that at any point. And for EA, probably mega successful. They made loads of money, so they don't care. But yeah, I didn't rate it at all as a promo. I thought it was one of the worst Team of the Year promos we've ever had, if I'm honest with you. But anyway, Team of the Year is now over, but it ends in an hour and 10 minutes as I record this. And now we've got to start thinking about what is coming. So the next promo we think is likely to be a winter refresh. That's probably going to be the next one that comes, whether that's Friday or whether that's next Friday, we don't know yet. But what's going to happen now is the game will reach a relative calm. The market will stabilise. And actually what's happening with the market right now is it's rising. So before Team of the Year, we saw a bit of a dip in the market. Team of the Year comes, supply of everything, packs everywhere, all that sort of stuff. And then everyone ends up with lots more coins in their account. So my main account's on like 6 million, 7 million coins now. And so now people start buying their teams. And so these are the things you've got to think about when you're thinking about making coins this week. So from a low end, what you should be thinking about intrinsically right now is what stuff is there no demand of. And the main things that there is a very massive lack of demand of is going to be consumables. So if I were you right now, I'd be keeping an eye on the price of shadows, hunters, cam to CM, CM to CDMs, all the expensive consumables. And all you've got to do, you guys sometimes message me and say, what do I look for? Look, just go on the market and look. Look at how much a consumable chemistry style is in terms of shadow. Check out an Xbox and go, okay, cool. Right now, shadows are currently selling for... There, look how low these are. Look how low, these are mad low for where shadows normally sit. 2,700 coins is what shadows are currently selling for. Do not buy them at 2,700 before you do that. Go and bid on them. But this is low for shadows. Because right now there's not a massive demand for shadows, but when Winter Refresh comes out and we get cards that are very good but not quite Team of the Year level, you might need a shadow to go onto that player or a hunter to go onto that player, and they'll do very well. They'll bounce. Especially going into a weekend league, things like shadows and hunters bounce quite well anyway. So I've been looking at those. I've been looking at position changes. CAM to CMs, CM to CDM does well, CDM to CM does well. I've been looking at those cards from a lower budget, and you can buy these and bid on them and just stick them in your club and leave them there. And then when an SBC comes out, if they bring an SBC out for Winter Refresh or something in between that requires a shadow on it, you can then sell them on for profit. Once the hype around these 83 plus doubles it goes out of, and that ends on Thursday, you can be looking at fodder. If you haven't seen the fodder video, it's a couple of days ago, go and check it out. If you invested on that day, I made you bank, you made bank, absolute like bang of a video. You guys did very well from it. But from a lower end, they're your sort of plays, because the market's now going to have very little demand for those sort of cards. So you really want to be thinking about how best to stock your club up. Then you need to start thinking about what's going to come from Winter Refresh. And what we saw last year with Winter Refresh was a bit of, well, I say a big bounce in the market in terms of the players who got transferred suddenly had these, like, we have mad links in each league that meant the players rose in value. So if you can keep your ears to the ground on leaks and things like that, I don't like leaks because it does ruin promos sometimes, but if you're going to make coins, it's a good way to make coins. Keep an eye out for those sort of cards. But from a lower budget right now, in my opinion, the players' consumables, stocking them up in your club and leaving them sitting there, and fodder. Now, fodder is a difficult one. I wouldn't go in on fodder yet, but I'd look at it on Thursday without a doubt. We'll know if we're getting a promo on Friday, probably by tomorrow, most likely. So you'll know what to do in terms of going with fodder. And then on Thursday, big, I'm going to talk about it more later in the week, on silvers. Go heavy on silvers. You see now what silvers do. All of you getting frustrated about West Brom, Bielefeld, Cadiz. I told you about this a month ago, what would happen to these cards. I said, just be patient, hold them, they will rise. You've now seen what happens in a promo. You see what EA do when they withhold silver supply. These players spike in price, and they'll hold a relatively high price for the rest of the game now. People have realised how OP League SBC method is. People realise how OP it is to get the packs from it, and suddenly now silvers have a massive demand. But for mid to higher budget, what you've got to start doing now is looking at how the market is reacting now Team of the Year is gone. And at the moment, it's only going one way, and that is up. Icons are up, special cards are up, and metas, in terms of like the higher end metas. Now, we're not talking high end metas, we're talking higher end metas. A lot of them are starting to see a little bit of a rise. Now, for example, Rafael Varane on Xbox at the moment, if I just check him, he's 82.5. I was seeing him yesterday at 75,000 coins. His lowest he's been so far for X promo 71. He's now up at 82,000 coins. So I just want to show you what he did. I'm going to go to the desktop now. I want to show you what he did last year. Let's go flick over to there. Once Team of the Year came to an end. So this is Rafael Varane from last year. And so if I show you, I don't know why it's doing this, but let me go to it now. Let's go 2020. 01. And then just change this one here to 01 as well. I'm going to show you what he did after Team of the Year ended. And so this was Team of the Year start in the panic sell. Throughout Team of the Year, Varane actually rose. It was different last year in that sense. But even after Team of the Year ended, he continued to rise. And a lot of the higher end stuff did that. I would be keeping a close eye on people like Varane, on the likes of people that are coming back into packs now from Team of the Year, to see what they do in the long term. Because last year we did see a bit of a rise afterwards. We saw a bit of a rise in the Team of the Year cards themselves as well. But I've just been keeping an eye on this, because what's happening now is everyone has got their coins from Team of the Year and they're starting to buy their teams and get them sorted out. Now, do I think this Varane right here, like this one here, sorry, is the play necessarily? Potentially if you're on a lower budget, but I'd be more looking at these sort of guys here. These sort of guys now, not necessarily Rafael Varane, but those sort of guys that are going to be bought in. If you've opened up a ton of packs during Team of the Year and you're looking for links, you're not going to be linking up these higher end players you've got to a lot of the lower end guys. You're going to be looking at their inform, players like Inform Kante and whatnot. These sort of cards tended to do quite well last year in the rise. And again, so Kante here, for example, 405 on 27th of January. And now look at him now. He's up at 467. They're all starting to see a massive rise. Walker's centre-back card. 1 million on PlayStation, touching 800 on Xbox. And again, a week ago, it was at 657. Look at how high he is now. He's absolutely rocketing. And do I think now's the time to buy into these players? No, not necessarily. But I think we see some form of dip-off by Wednesday, probably. Wednesday evening, some form of dip-off as people sell off for before Weekend League and worry about the Weekend League panic. And then we can see a climb back. I'd be keeping an eye on a lot of these cards. Now, I'm not saying to go out and buy them right now, but I'm going to be monitoring players like Walker. I've been monitoring Zaha's 86 card. He keeps going up and down like crazy. I just checked him a minute ago, and you saw me sell him on this account the other day for 160s. And now Foot is saying he's 163. He's not. I saw him earlier on, I was looking at him, he's at 147, and he keeps literally doing this. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I think for me, the play is going to be looking at fluctuations for the next couple of days. So if I were you, I'd choose 4 or 5 cards you like the look of. Zaha, like if you want to look at him, look at him. These sort of cards are what you want to look at, and you want to see what they're selling for and keep an eye on them. There's a lot of coins to be made. If you saw that Cancelo I paid yesterday, 255 for, sold for 288. That's his road to the final, I believe. It's his road to the final. 292 now. He's only going one way, but these cards are fluctuating like crazy during the day. At certain points of the day, they're getting down to 260, 270, back up to 290, 300. There's a lot of coins to be made over the next 2 or 3 days in these cards if you get it right, and you've got to keep an eye on it. If you're a website subscriber, the fluctuations are on there. They'll be hard for you guys. They'll do very, very well if you keep a real hot eye on them, without a doubt. But this is my opinion now. The meta cards are going to rise, I think, into Weekend League. We see a play on those, and I think for me, Wednesday night with Thursday flips is where I'm going to be really hitting it hard on, and I'm probably going to give you guys a video on that tomorrow evening in terms of looking at Thursday flips and the cards I think that will do quite well this week. But I would be looking at consumables, stocking up my club right now. I'd be looking at these higher end meta cards and just seeing what they're doing. We know full well, pre-team of the year, everyone sold off. During team of the year, everyone opened packs off, and the market's a bit sketchy because people aren't sure whether to buy in or not. Post team of the year, market calms down, everyone's got coins, they buy in, and people make coins relatively easily from doing that. We can make coins very, very easy from that. Other things to think about in the next few days, especially into weekend, are cards that have got headliners and whatnot that are getting towards 2 or 3 wins. They're starting to see a bounce. I think Roman do have 2, but I don't know if he does anymore. But Toko Akambi was the one that they've got 2 wins now, and he's suddenly seen a spike. He was like 18k the other days at 35 now. Suddenly these cards are starting to become viable to trade with. Now they're very risky to trade with, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on these headliners that have got 2 or 3 wins to see is there an opportunity here to buy in or not. Because last year I made a lot of coins very early in January from looking at these cards and going, who they play in, what's the risk versus reward. To a degree, it's a degree of gambling, and so I'd be careful with that. You should know the market quite well in it, but I would just be mindful of the fact that some of these cards now are going to start to get more overpowered, more desirable, and there's a lot of coins to make in them if you get them in the rise. If you get them in the hype, let's say for example, I'm looking on Saturday, Leon are playing, and I see they're 1-0 up, I may buy a few Toko Akambis, because he'll probably see a rise and then I'll sell him off in the hype. That's generally what I tend to do. So, sum it up. Simple plays, low budget. You should be looking right now at silvers and consumables and potentially fodder on Thursday. Mid to high budget, in my opinion, the plays are the meta cards. From Varane upwards, basically, those sort of price ranges and these sort of headliner cards. They're risky plays on the headliners, but I think they're hella fun to trade with, and they could do quite well. You need to keep an eye on which ones have got 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, etc. So you know you're not going to get stung. But that's my opinion, where you should be looking at right now. But that's going to be in this video. Again, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. We continue to move. If you want to see me do any of this stuff live, make sure you join me for my live streams on YouTube and Twitch. Join the Discord down below. It's completely free to join. And yeah, have a look at the website. If you want to make millions of coins, it's well worth your money. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.